Man, I gotta clean that door. Nope, not today. Hello, this is Uncle Jim. I was gonna shoot today, but then I saw the forecast said rain, which turned out to be snow. And it's good to get some moisture because it's been really warm and dry out. And so today I'm just gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at my reloading bench and my reloading room, and it's a total disaster. So I should spend the time to clean that up today, but I'm not digging it. Lots of little projects. I should do a video on fixing the slop on my old Dylan. Not digging that today either. I could talk about this, but it's not all here yet. So I'm just trying to figure this out. The one thing I got accomplished today is I found my lighters. It's been over a week. I couldn't find any of my lighters, Jerry 1 and Jerry 2. I checked the cushions of the couch, the cushion where I do the live chat, and the chair. It was driving me crazy. So I'm looking for a piece of tape, and found one in the desk drawer, found the other one over on the rifle cleaning bench behind me, and I was like, what the hell? Anyway, got that done. So I got Jerry 1 and 2 back. That's good. Now, I'm dinking around. I had some spare lowers here to try on here. This isn't intended for a AR lower, but you have the option. So I really don't want to talk about this until everything is here. But I did try this old Arrow lower on here. This is the original Arrow. When they first came out, it was just strip lowers, and we were like, what? And so I bought one, and they're super nice lowers. And they were at a good price. Now Arrow is asking a little much for their stuff, but very good lower. So I put it on here just to see. I was curious, hey, how's this gonna fit? And it fits tight.
Tight, yeah!
So that's good. I just gotta wipe it down. It's got preservative oil all over it. Maybe take the handguard off and then clean the inside and lube it like you should do any new firearm. But I just wanted to see how this would look, and it matches. Everything's good. Took the buffer tube out. It's got the little bumper buffer in there if you want to use a stock. Doesn't need a buffer. So then I'm thinking, now that I'm deciding on this one, I could do a video on this and putting this on, and the folder, which you can put a cheek piece on, and then I have the butt plate for that. I could put that together and see how I like that. Still not sure on whether to use a low power scope or a red dot. Figuring that out. It's a good thing to do on a rainy day. The scope has an Arrow mount, so that would be matchy-matchy when I use this. When I use the other lower, should be fine. I just want to figure out if I want to weight her down. She's pretty lightweight. I don't know. So we gotta justify this later in a good full video. But I could just do the lower part and start in steps, I guess. But this is an option. This isn't what it's intended for, but I like having options where, hey, if I want to put an AR lower on it, boom. So there's that. What else? My son, as a spoof, got me a inexpensive red dot because of the name. We should do a review on that. I got it sitting on an AR just to see how it co-witnesses, and it's a co-witness, so maybe we'll talk about that, because I really don't feel like doing anything else right now. I need to clean up though. So hey, let me know what you want to talk about. I mean, we could do this in the next video, and putting this on and putting the folder on and then putting it back on here and see how it fits. I got to clean this up, clean it out, check it out. Never taken one of these apart before. It's internal spring and all that stuff. I don't recall having the flat trigger guard on here, so I gotta look around for something for that, because I like using gloves in the winter. Alright, so the brain is working again. So they are going to send me a lower. They didn't have the stocks in stock yet, so I bought the stock for what this is intended for. And then they said, well, let me just send you our AR lower. So everything is perfect jive. It's all ready to go. It's got everything on it. Don't need anything. And I said, no, that's too much. You know, I have spare lowers. You don't need to. And they're like, oh, come on. No. So I think this is going to work really good. I don't want to talk about they until everything is here. And then we'll, you know, you guys know. So this is really nice. And we'll talk about it later. So I think this is going to work, because this is from Washington State. This is from Idaho, and I'm in Utah, so it's like the same route I took moving every time. So if you take away Oregon, which is a nightmare right now, and so is Washington. So I think it's all jivey, okay? So one state to the next state to me. And I think this will work out good. Oh man, it just fits good and everything, so I think this is the one I'm going to pick. I'll change the grip a little more upright. Take this off, use it for something else. If I like the folder on this, we shall see. It's a rifle, so it's all rifle stocks and everything, so no pistol stuff. What else? Oh, my son 3D printed me these. This is for my suppressors, the 45 and 9. It's pretty cool, 3D printing. This fits right in here, so you can loosen that cap. And this fits exactly over here, so you can loosen that. The only problem is, if this sticks to your barrel and this starts coming off, we'll still use the old homemade one my son made me that does both also. Okay? But it's getting kind of chewed up. And I asked him, hey, make me another one of these. And he's like, I'll 3D print you something. It's easier. So there's that. As far as the Slop and the Dillon goes, I'm going to do a video on that when I'm ready to shim it up. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, so here's my old Dillon 550 RL. I got it from my uncle, and he got it used from somebody else, and who knows what before that. It's got 1 billion miles on it, and it works perfectly. However, one day I noticed that when I bring the ram up about halfway, I watch the bars here. There's a little bit of slop there. It's getting a little, Poppy's getting a little sloppy. And so My thinking is, yeah, when the ram's even up further, it still does it. When it's all the way down, it's tight. And of course, when it's loading, it's not really an issue. So my thinking is, I'm going to take some really thin nylon washers and put them in between on every side, and then make sure everything is centered and aligned. The ram is perfect. There's no lines in it, no gouges, anything. It's beautiful. So that's not it. So then I thought, let me call Dylan, just ask what they think about me shimming it. And the guy answers the phone right away. And he knew what he was talking about. And so I ran it by him, and he's like, well, how much slop is in there? And I said, well, if you're just, it's hard to measure, but it could be an 1/8 inch, maybe less, but it's there. And I said I had friends, and I had them compare theirs to mine. And theirs are newer, pretty new. And they're like, there's a little slop, but not a lot. And so he said, well, I wouldn't really worry about it. But you could take it apart, and, I haven't greased it. I'll just spray some lube in here now and then. And I should have a long time ago taken the rods out and greased it. This is an older model, so it doesn't have Zerk fittings, okay? And I think the next generation had little holes, and then they went to Zerk fittings, so you can get some lube in there. And I asked him about that. He said, nah, don't bother with that. These things come apart so easy. Just take your ram out, take the pins out, grease and lube them. And I was like, yeah, I'd still like to shim it because now it's bugging me. And he goes, well, I shimmed mine. And I'm like, oh, so you shimmed yours and you're telling me not to shim it? So I guess that's that. You used to be able to send these in and they just go over everything free and replace stuff. I think it costs $80 now, shipping back and them doing it. And with the shipping there and back, to me, it's not worth it. I got this cheap, so it's not worth it. So we will shim it up. And I also asked him, can I just tap out one side, grease and put the washer on and then do the other side? And he's like, well, you can't really do that because you need the pin for this and, a long rod. And I was like, really? Because I got this to move. And the bottoms are easy. And he said, just take the ram out, it's easier. And I said, well, it's all set up. And he goes, well, then load what you need to load and then do it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm an idiot. So anyway, tell me what you guys think. That'll be a video. And other than that, everything's fine. I just want to make sure it stays aligned, so I got to shim it evenly. So I need super thin washers of some kind. And then I'll get it all greased and lubed again. All right. This needs to be addressed. I need to clean up this section here. These are not intended to be a hat rack or a place to hang your sunglasses. I should get back to that. I just can't get motivated today, people. I need help. What would you like to see next? Do a cheapo red dot review. Take the buffer off the lower, turn it into a folder. Look at the guts on the upper. I could put a maid outfit on and do a high-speed cleaning up the reloading room. No, I don't want to do that. There's so much to do and I can't get motivated. So let me know. Dylan, I don't want to do today. Throw me a vine. I can't get motivated. Otherwise, I'm just going to stare at stuff all day and get nothing done. Nothing. Nothing. All right. Until next time, thanks for watching.